Does Jamali contain an ebon heart? What weapons of heaven were used to create these beings? Were the Nephilim not enough? The struggle of personality and desire unfolds in this part of Jilbuma's adventure through Sanctuary. Join us on the Nightmare Expedition of Act 3, 4, and 5. Prepare for the depths of darkness to consume your soul as we step into Jilbuma's shoes. The boat over the great sea gave me time of contemplation. Burning in my head has subsided as the fine sea air cleanses my soul. I've become accustomed to the dried and pouring blood from my forehead. The soul stone weeps as I fight against it. There's something upon these shores that twines my mind with visions. A dark wanderer searching for his lost kin. Through the blood of my eyes, I can see a figure on the edge of the city. As I approach and reach out for him, he's gone. All left but the devil's newborn hands. I squash the bugs under my feet as I stare into the vast wastes of this dark jungle. Quest through the forest has not been easy. The very nature of this place fights against me and Jamali. I'm still holding on to the light in my heart. My departure from Lootgo Lane, he has kept his distance. That calling comfort of his arm on my shoulder, a distant memory as he lowers his head at my gaze. Into the depths of the cave we delve. The cobwebs are more than just the dust accumulated on the deserted abode. Spiders left to tend their own have grown strong, devouring the very light in these caves. A mighty foe falls before our feet. Kelpie snare of Jamali holding his weight over the great insect. Its own poison turned against it. Now nothing stands between us and the eye. On to the next task, but with one piece of the remains of Kaleem, the blood of the willing flowing freely from his organs. Collect and condense the blood. The Herodric Cube can forge us the light of an ebon heart to gain the power of angels on Sanctuary. A weapon the forces of hell could never see.
What a delicious bite.
This dark and dreary dungeon steals the very heat from my bones. Jamali has lost the light of heaven upon his skin. His mortal form showing through the lost angelic aura. Let's take the lead here and continue for the both of us. This task of delivering Sanctuary to evil is what I must complete. Wait. No. I must stop evil from becoming Sanctuary. From the very hells extinguishing the only good left. The darkness from the soul stone sink deep into my mind, probing my darkest thoughts to the surface. To kill and abandon and desecrate, destroy as an assassin is trained. I will hold the thoughts of Jamali's hope as my dearest and deepest treasure. Such will be this brain as well, the whole coming together as one once again. Beings of light thriving on this plane. 2 down, 2 to go. Temple of the Dark. An ancient sorcerer held rituals to revive the souls of his fallen brethren, healing back the baal of the world and bringing demons forth from the portals of hell. This book will show me the ways of deciphering the enemy tactics. This horrid place. Why would anyone attempt hiding such a thing here? The putrid smell of something worse than death lingering in the air. Foul decay of endless rot seeping into your very skin. Makes you question your mission, your purpose. Wane in your resolve as the literal shit of the world is pressed down upon you. The bowels of hell will be no worse. Molly is putrefied at heart, his will shaken, and his light fading. These stone corridors could be our end. Such a disgusting place to find eternity as your friend. I think if not for the final step into the bedrock of life's darkest depths, and the creatures that dwell in the muck of its denizen, a heart set to purify such things could never overwhelm the sheer grit of drudge that wrecks the very fabric of your senses. A pool of blood thick enough to carve. One organ remains. The darkness fallen across this city is not one of the eyes, but one of the heart, the soul of its bright past, crushed beneath the weight of its trampled future. Once held in high esteem, these councilmen are now the definition of tragedy of our world. Left to those with wills not for the people, they grow and fester with power not sought by mortal men, nor moral men. Kaleem had seen this and tried to sacrifice himself to stop it. He devoured his flesh and banished his essence to the corners of Kuras. But now, by my and Jamali's wills, we press those pieces together into a force that cannot be underestimated. This strike is for the ages, for the women and children drowned in the blood of the guilty, with the blood of the innocent upon my forehead, and now had the means of creation from the blood of the willing. But it was not the time now. There was a greater foe to bestow a grasp of reality upon. Mephisto lingers in the durance. Though its forces try to stop me, Jamali, my shadow clone, and my fists and feet bring down the hordes of this demon. The primeval cannot control the fate I bring upon his specimens. They will worship me. They will bow to me. I will burn all those who stand before me. There will be no mercy and no refrain. No rock to hide under, no water too deep to find you. I will bring the world to my heel, one soul at a time. Crush Mephisto under my feet. Words echoing across the chamber as I stare into the portal of hell. It is calling. He is calling. This is what I was meant for. A feeling from the past. A call to bring my senses to peace. A calming of my mind as I settle. And Molly's hand on my shoulder. No words. Just his trust. His hope. His friendship, his life. It was all in my hands. I will not fail him. through the portal into the Pandemonium Fortress, towards the final battle, towards doom, towards hope, towards fate. With the wise words of the Archangel Tyrael, my soul is hushed, the darkness pressed back. He sees into me, into the stone, knows the weakness I possess. Yet, he still sends me on this perilous journey. His faith is strong, his knowledge deep, his will imposing, as if to fear the very hatred and depravity from my heart. Cleansing to protect against the influence of hell. With the fallen angel before me, I could see now what would become of Jamali if I failed. If we could not stop hell from using these new weapons to enslave all the angels, to bring the gates of the high heavens down, to burn the very light from the walls of purity. But what I find upon this soul is not to my imagination. It was a willing fall, a temptation to bring the light into darkness. No ebon stone held his essence. Me and Jamali are concerned now. We question the very thought of it. When I touch my forehead, it is real. The darkness consumes. The only cure, the only thing that can stop it is the Ebonheart. We were tricked from the start to create this journey. Now, we will find its conclusion in hell with the promise of release and the freedom of thought. We deploy the soul of Isual into the depths to seek for the third artifact. What is born from the blood of the guilty? Could a mortal shell be peeled into the light of an angel or the shadow of a demon? Perhaps fellow tainted can tell me. Diablo calls. From the very heart of the soul stone in my head, his voice taunts me into conflict. The bustle of the damned. Their presence is sickening to me. I banish them from this place. My fight is with Diablo. I have no patience for these frivolous beings. They are nothing before me. Less than the dirt I stand upon. Now the true battle was beginning. Why can you not tell me of the fate you have bestowed? Could an empty soul stone be filled with my own dark thoughts? Was I corrupting myself with this soul-sucking menace in my head? Diablo's laughs are struck into my bones, shaking my core. I wither before him as the fading light of grace is stricken from my body. I can feel the heavy pressure of the demon's influence calling to my soul, telling me to break, to give in and let him rule my body. The thought of letting Jamali down, the faltering heart of withered shadow sparks anew in a grief-stricken haze of dancing battle. If you do not have the answers I seek, perhaps your brother will. I crush Diablo into oblivion and tear the stone from his skull. Only Baal is left. He must have the answers I seek. I try to use the hammer on the stone in my skull. To no avail, it only shatters my mind. I find myself back in the Pandemonium Fortress with Jamali. This vessel, the light that holds me together. Never forget what we have been through and what we have accomplished. The journey was not over, but it was close. This stone would not consume me. I would overcome it and cleanse the darkness from my heart, purge the stone from my head, and free the souls of Sanctuary from the darkness that grasps its very marrow. The world stone awaits. Onwards to the city of Harrogeth, upon the base of the mountain of the world, the summit of Ariat. The sun setting over these lands, the whole of the world at your feet.
What do you need?
A piece of it crawls into your being. The holy presence of the high heavens causing such a break from the world. The call of the world stone is a buzz in my mind. The stone yearns for it. It pulls me towards the edge. It wishes to be saved. But it is scared of what salvation could mean. If I am the savior that is ordained, then this world may not be safe at all. Elithak was such a fool to try to misdirect me. With his betrayal comes a mighty cost. But I care not for his head. He can wallow in the fear of my coming for all eternity. Such a stranded maiden should not be left to wither in the ice. Even a great spectacle frozen forever in time. The thought warms me. The trophy to have at a time. It would be a grand collection of beings. Angels, demons, mortals, all those who told me I could not rule this world. They would be punished for their insolence. Try to judge me, mighty warriors, for the sight of the hold in my heart can be a spark for good, or the end of the world. They say they're warriors of great stature, the Nephilim of the past, the greatest Sanctuary could offer. What a disappointment. They fall to my strikes as a new babe in the forest to wolves. Crush their skulls below my feet and proclaim my triumph. If trial by combat is a will of the high heavens, and by my strength I am worthy. Not the darkness in my heart, the core of my muscles and the determination of my will, execution of my skills, and the reference of my faith. Demolish the only thing in this world that is of consequence. The blood of the innocent in my skull, the blood of the willing in my heart, we press into the very depths of Sanctuary. Baal, I thought you of all beings would challenge me. Do not throw your petty dards at me. Treat me as an equal. You've seen my power. Go before me. Know that the words primeval are but a stand in the dark compared to the true ruler of all realms, Jilbuma, the ascended Nephilim. Take joy in the despair of your ephemeral existence, for I shall crush all evidence of your consciousness from the very fabric of creation. He was a paltry enemy. To have faith in my friends and Jamali and my own skills. To be the one to bring the end of light in this world. I seek only the darkness, the blood of the guilty, now almost complete within me. I look towards Jamali as Baal falls to my feet. He believes in my embrace, but I am pure betrayal now. I rip the very ebon stone from his chest. The prison of angels wore so long in his soul. Now it was in my grasp. The three had been united, and now I possessed the ultimate power. The innocent, the willing, and the guilty, all in one vessel. I turned towards the world stone, embedding my will into it, reforming the world into my image. A tear runs down my cheek. I am not sure why, as I watch the last piece of Jamali fade into the aether. His fingers still reaching for me, his lips still holding a prayer, and he is gone. I am alone in my thoughts with the world under my toe. What imaginings could I bring to this newfound sanctuary? Oh, the grand plays of death and despair we shall rain upon these mortals, will make the primevals wither their sights. Prepare yourself for the darkest shadow and the longest reign of night existence has ever seen. Thanks for sticking around. I know this is a little over top with the story, so let me know if this is your kind of jam. Always trying new things and learning as we go. Did you enjoy it? Let me know in the comments. In next adventure for Jilbuma through hell. This one was a bitch, but we eventually made it. So, look forward to the final piece of the puzzle. Can Jilbuma redeem herself, or is Sanctuary doomed to despair at her hands? Until such time as these questions are answered, continue to protect and defend the mortals in this so-called Sanctuary. I plead to the strength of the Nephilim for an age of peace in this realm. May you be the one to bring it.